So here's the thing. The vast majority of spiritual practices, pathways that we can take, they are dedicated to, they'll tell you they're about connecting people to God, to truth, to source, right, to yourself. But they're actually focused on your body and your mind, focused on applying effort through body and mind. And the thing about efforting, when one is efforting, they are straying from themselves. Why do I say this? It's because when you are yourself, it is effortless. When you're just being yourself, it's effortless. There's nothing to do, nothing to change, no practice. There's no practice necessary to be yourself. That's just something that you are. So the practices are aimed at removing what you are not, right? A lot of it's aimed at becoming something in the world. And that doesn't just mean this world. It's not limited to just this world, right? It's astrally, spiritual plane. People are teaching on these things. It'll bring you some really cool experiences, for sure. And those experiences might help you to come closer to yourself and let go a little more. And they also might pull you deeper into the illusion, into the dream. It might lead to years and years and years of you being caught up on this one specific path, direction, thing that you think is going to sort it all out for you, but it's really just, you're just creating more karma accumulating, right? Because all this action, all this efforting, it leads to an accumulation of more to sort through, more to let go of, ultimately. So the practices which we should really, I don't want to say should, but if you are drawn to finding the truth of yourself, if you're drawn to finding out who you really are, the practices in which you're efforting in mind and body aren't as direct to bring you there. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. If that's what you're looking for, to have the most amazing body you can have and highly intellectual mind that can solve all problems and things. That's beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. But just recognize that what you're working on is not actually you, per se. It's maybe an extension of you, a projection of you. Real you does not require any effort to be. And a sure sign that you are doing something which is pulling you away from being yourself is that it feels like there's all this effort that you have to really try to get there. As soon as you feel like you're trying, efforting to get to yourself, you're already not being yourself. Does that make sense? If you're to be yourself is effortless. So if you're doing some technique, you're straining, you're trying to focus in this meditation practice, some breathwork sequence, yoga poses, and trying to get in the right pose and keep your mind focused on the pose and the breath, and don't let it stray. And then if it strays, you're like, bring it back. This constant efforting isn't allowing you to just be with what is. So that I would say is the real sign of the path that you're on. Is it becoming more straining, more efforting, more difficult? Or are you just naturally able to be yourself more? Because we can do any sort of practice to help ground us and help bring us into presence and embodiment and exploring our inner world and unraveling our minds. But the greatest teaching is to just simply be. Not have to do anything with that. That's the simplicity of it, the simple truth. And I think a lot of people who are really deep on the spiritual path and they've learned all these things, they've gathered all this knowledge and all these skills and all these practices and techniques, it's kind of disturbing to hear that it's that simple. That it's actually just a ceasing trying to get somewhere. Ceasing trying to make your ego the best ego. When you stop seeking, when you stop searching, and stop trying to think about it all and figure it out, what happens is that the being that you naturally are arises to the forefront because you're not giving any more attention to trying to get there. Because it's already here, right? You can feel very clearly right now that you are a being. This feeling of beingness, isness, as Moji says, right? You're just is. Not really anything that needs to be said about it, just is. So, you can just be as you are. You don't need to think to figure it out. Because that in itself is the veil. The thinking is the veil. It's the trying to figure out with the thinking that's veiling what's already here. You see that? It's just a dissolving into it. It's just a letting go into it. Because the reason you're holding on so tight is that you think that you have to be in control on some level. That if you let go of control, all hell's going to break loose. What's going to happen if I'm not thinking, if I'm not controlling my own show? Where will I end up? You might fear, nothing will get done, or I'll do something terrible if I don't have my mind to keep me in check. And that's all the mind's own projection upon itself. It's not the heart of who you are that has that fear. The heart of who you are is fearless. It's free already. It's complete already. There's nothing it needs from this world. But nothing in this world can be without that essence. So you don't have to try. You don't have to try to be who you are. Stop trying. And just be. When you feel like there's intensity of effort, trying, not just being. Relax in that moment. If you're sitting and you're doing some contemplative practice, some self-inquiry perhaps, trying to get to the root of the question, who am I? As Ramana Maharshi had taught, following the I to its source. But what he really taught was just be. That was to help. People didn't get it. That was a way to direct your attention towards just being. You don't need any fancy practices, techniques, anything to just be. It's helpful to fill the mind with these teachings. To surround yourself with people who see things in a commonality. We're also willing to just be as we are. It's useful in this world because there's so much trying to pull you away from that. So when you find people that get it, that's your fam, that's your tribe. And you recognize that they're not separate from you. They recognize that you're not separate from them. So you just encourage each other. Real friends are the ones who direct your attention back to your heart, to yourself. Like when we say unravel the mind, it's not that everything in the mind that comes up needs to be looked at, and that you need to do this shadow work to figure out where this thing in the mind is from and get to the bottom of it and call somebody out on something they did, or those types of things happen naturally of themselves. It's more so for you to get out of the way of what's just happening. So when we say unravel the mind, it's not so much about here's the specific thing that's coming up in my head and I need to figure out why that's there and what it means and where it's from. You can do that, but again, that just accumulates more to deal with. It's not actually a means of letting it go, of being as you are. So the real unravel the mind is to find out who has this mind. Find out who's having these thoughts, who is aware of these thoughts. There's always an I at the front of a thought. Even if the sentence doesn't start with I, so-and-so, I am this, I am that, I'm doing this. It could be a my, it could be a me, it could be, even if you're talking about they, it still assumes an I, right? So you're getting to the root of all your thoughts, the I thought is the primal thought. That I exist, I am, and then everything else comes from that. So you follow I am into its source, into itself. And that is effortless. So if you're straining, trying to find I am, you're efforting with your mind, trying to find it, pulling yourself away. So instead of straining, trying to find it, you are it. The only way to get to yourself is to be yourself. There isn't really any other way. So it's just the way. The way home is home itself. It's finding home here now. And then staying there. Staying. Getting pulled away, staying there. Getting pulled away, returning. Recognizing you never left. It's not about an effort, it's a releasing effort. When you release the effort, you already are what you're looking for. When you release the struggle, the identity with the struggle, you already are what you are. Not the story from the mind, not the body. The essence. And the essence of this body, the essence of this mind, is the same essence of everything you see. It's what everything is made of. Same energy. cannot be created or destroyed. It's the same energy driving all of this. Why are you worried about trying to control your life when it's the same energy driving all of this? It's an illusion that you are controlling it. What you control is perception, attitude, experience. Your perception and your attitude of the experiences that are occurring. But what's happening, it's like a movie on a screen. You're a witness to the movie. You're a witness to it happening. Fly away, little mosquito. So, not into my eye. So, yeah, I think I can just say the same thing over and over in different ways. So I think the message is clear. I hope it is. You don't have to try to be yourself. All spiritual practices are leading to the ultimate truth, being yourself, of reaching God, of reaching pure consciousness, of reaching the blissful beingness that you are. All the yogas, every path, it's all leading there, right back to the source, right to the heart of who you are, who we are. And what I'm telling you is, there's nothing wrong with doing any of that stuff. I personally, I enjoy physical activity in this body. I enjoy climbing trees and jumping in rivers and singing songs. But to be myself requires none of that. All of that is an outward expression of who I am. But I don't need to do some special breathwork practice or yoga pose or kundalini technique. to recognize that beingness is here always. That stuff is for bodily enjoyment. Truly. And for mental altering one's mental state. But states are occurring within awareness. Right? Body and its experiences are occurring within awareness, within the true identity, the beingness of what you are. So states come and go. So we're not talking about some specific state. Even a blissful state comes and goes. The true bliss is the everlasting bliss, which doesn't come and go because it's the only thing that's stationary. Now we can say is yourself, your pure being. You can't effort yourself into that pure being because it's what you already are. You can't get rid of what you are not because it's not real and doesn't actually exist. So the only way is, again, to simply be. Be without trying. Be without effort. Let go of trying to be something. And be what you already are. Notice I don't kill mosquitoes. I just swat them away. They're all friends. Right? Right? Go on. You already bit me. So. Everybody eats. Yeah, I trust there's something for you in here if you've made it this far. I recommend, if you're out here in the world interacting with people and things, you have a job to go to, you watch YouTube videos and stuff like that, then surround yourself with what is going to remind you of this truth. Surround yourself with teachers, other students, mentors, coaches, whatever, books, writing, songs, whatever is going to remind you of this repeatedly so that you can just keep returning to being, because it's so easy to forget in this world. That's why we're all here sharing these things together. Yeah, it's just like a friendly reminder. We all need to be reminded. I forget too sometimes. I get so caught up in the dream, caught up in the life, and stressed and trying to get somewhere and feel something, get to some specific state. And yeah, in those moments, it's always just a friendly reminder, either from within my own being or from my own being expressed through somebody else, that it's okay. Just be with what is. Be with this state. Witness it. Comes and goes. This too shall pass. The best and the worst. It's all occurring within you. So find that. Find that which is steady, which is not moving. Find that which is effortless. When there's effort being applied, you know to stop. By the way, there's a difference between applying effort with your body and mind to complete a task in the world, right? As opposed to applying effort with body and mind to be who you are already. We're all here in the world. We all got stuff to do, right? You gotta pay the bills, take care of the kids. So don't be concerned about that, right? Do what you gotta do. Show up for your life. Do what you gotta do. And recognize that in doing what you gotta do, you can simultaneously, effortlessly surrender into your pure being and allow pure being to naturally express itself. Your body came here with a purpose, a sacred mission. Whether you seem to be controlling it with the mind or not, it is going to complete what it's here to do. It's going to do everything it has to do. The more I surrender, the more that gets done. That's my experience. I witness the more I let go, the more I stop trying to control, the more I surrender, the more I simply be, the more that gets done naturally without needing to try or force it. It just flows. That's the lesson. It just flows. And you let it. Big love to you. Thank you for listening. And like I said, it's good to have tribe. It's good to have people to support you. Because it's a lot of programming keeping you away from the recognition. It's a lot in this world that's pulling you in completely other directions. So, yeah, if you're looking for support, if you're looking for deeper guidance and reflection, brotherhood, I have a mentorship for men. It's called Man of the Heart. And it's talking about the heart of who we are, the essence, not just the physical organ, although that's also important. But yeah, being men who move from the heart of being in the world. That's what this mentorship, this course is about. So it's here for you. It was in my own surrender that it came to. Can't even say that I made it myself. It just appeared. I just let go, and here we are. Over and over. So if you're looking for that deeper support and brotherhood connection, it's here for you. You can check out the link in the bio, and I'll bring you to the website. You can read about it, see if you want to apply. And yeah, I'm always here. Whether you're a part of that or not, just reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns, reflections, shares, whatever. I'm here to truly serve by allowing pure being to move in the ways that it's fated to, ordained to, by something much greater than the idea of me, of personality, of the person here speaking, the speaker. Truthfully, in the depths of the recognition of your being is the realization and the knowing that there never was a person. There never was an individual here, just the appearance of one. Yeah, that's coming into true unity consciousness. All of us working together harmoniously on this earth. So we all actually want. Simple.